No, there's a lot of nonsense.
Can but be kidding. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to do some main couples I actually like and why I like them, or why I like the actors that play them, or their chemistry, or anything, just why I like the main couples, because I'm not someone who likes main couples in BLs, but I'm usually one that goes for side characters or side couples. So it's interesting that I actually do have quite a lot of main couples that I do actually like. Obviously, some of the shows are because they only have the main couple and I just like them. But some of them are because they actually are good main couples, even if they do have side couples. I like all of the couples in those shows. So we will see. I might do a part 2 because I do think that I have a lot more to talk about, but I think I've chosen 6 for this video, so we'll see what we think. And also, I just love these 2 Yim clips. I've put 2 of my favourite side couples at the start and end of this video, so that's pretty awesome. You already know which couples I like. Well, let's just get on with the video and see what happens. Cause You're My Boy was probably one of the first BLs I saw, because it was after I'd seen Love by Chance, and I watched basically as many as I could that were already out, which was obviously 2018, and not very many were actually out at that point, but I never realised it was Neo and Puin until they were in that other show together, but they were playing brothers. That was crazy to me. I also hadn't actually clocked onto the fact that they were a main role in this show. Obviously I knew that Drake and Frank were, but I didn't realise these 2 were actually mains. They were so cute in this show. I just know that I really loved the scene where they were watching I think it was Sotus, and I just thought it was so adorable, the way they looked at each other. You don't see shows like this anymore, honestly, and it's a shame because they were really good. A lot of them now have to be either sexy or hot or whatever. They have to have muscles and whatever. You don't always have to have that, but they seem to always have that. Even though they don't work together anymore, they still work, together, because they were in a show together. They weren't a couple, but I think it really worked better that they were brothers. They were so adorable. I love the new partners they have, and I hope they keep to them, because ever since Fish Upon the Sky, we've had those partners, and they're just perfect. Next is Vice Versa, Poon and Tale. Now, I absolutely love Jimmy and C together, and I loved Jimmy in Bad Buddy. He was amazing in that show. He was literally the reason I was watching it and kept watching it, apart from Ink Pa were amazing. I love these 2 together. I love the premise of Vice Versa as a whole in general, so the fact that they, have this show is just everything. And the fact that it was Jimmy and C's first show together is just amazing to me. It was so good. And I love that it was just so different to every other BL that I've seen, and not just trying to get views from just the sexy scenes or whatever. It was actually, or even just bodies. Obviously they did show off their bodies in the show a few times, but it wasn't primarily just that like other shows are nowadays. It was definitely more based on the storyline, which is definitely good for me, because a lot of shows don't really care about storylines. They butcher the storylines so badly sometimes. It's probably one of my favourite BLs I've seen, and Jimmy is definitely coming up on my list of favourite BL actors. He was already pretty good in Bad Buddy, but he's definitely getting better working with different people. And C is just so cute with Jimmy, his nicknames for him and everything. I can't remember what he always calls him, but I freaking love it. It's just so cute. I can't wait for Last Twilight. They're going to be amazing together. Ray and Jian from About Youth. Now, I did think these two were a side couple, but they are actually a main couple. But I guess it makes sense because this show was really short and they were there for like the majority of the time. This show was way too short. Like, I love these two and I wanted them to be in it more. Their storyline was kind of weird because like after they kissed the first time, Ray wouldn't talk to Jian. I think he just said like he wants to think about it or something. I don't know. He wouldn't read his messages and everything. So it just started getting annoying from there. I think there were like 2 episodes or something where they were just like he just wouldn't talk to him, and then he finally just kissed him and, you know, they were fine again. But it's just like that was so annoying to have to go through that when they were just so cute and they should have just stayed being cute. Overall, they really owned this show for me. I just love them. They were so adorable and they were also so handsome and they were just everything that I wanted. I hated Ray's ex a lot. Like, he was trash to him. He was just not a good guy at all. The way he made him wear dresses when he didn't obviously want to, and the way he just acted towards him was terrible. Ray got a serious upgrade with Jian, that's for sure. I did love when Ray was eating the cake and then Jian just sat with him and like cleaned him up, and then he just snatched the like napkin away. They had such cute outings after they actually got together, and even before they got together, like it was so adorable. I just love their characters and the actors. They were just everything. Now, these two are a completely different story, King Pete, because I absolutely hated Love Area as a show. And I loved King so much, but I absolutely hated Pete after like the second one or whatever it was. You know, when we found out that he was actually cheating on him and he actually did spend all of his time with the guy that Jeff, whatever his name was, you know, Jeff's character was terrible. I completely trusted Pete just like King did, and my heart broke when we found out that, you know, he left because he was cheating. I'm only putting these two here because the actual chemistry these two have is insane. Like, every person that seems to act with the guy who plays Pete seems to just like do amazing, because the chemistry he has with everyone he's worked with is amazing. I hate this couple, but I love the actors that played them. They played it so well, but I do hate Pete. King is definitely the best character in that whole show though. Like, the rest of them are kind of like iffy. I didn't really like the main couple at all. So I chose to talk about 7 projects and My Only 12% because they were amazing in both, and it showed Santa in a different light in both shows. Like, I love these two together and I really hope that they stay together. Like, obviously Santa went into that show, but he didn't make it into the group, so hopefully they'll have another show together. Like, I'm really happy that he didn't get into it because the people that were in the group were kind of like, you know, a bit racist anyway, so I would have rather him not go in there. But I really hope they get another show together. I think Earth has finally found like the person he should stick with, or hopefully will stick with. And also these 4 characters that they've played, I love all of them. Like, obviously Earth's 2 characters are kind of very similar, apart from when he grew up in My Only 12%. I'm really happy that they had both of these shows because it just showed he could do different things in acting, because obviously Sun and Cake are not the same people. Like, Sun is very quiet and kind of like doesn't really show emotion that much, apart from when, you know, he kisses him and a tiny bit before that. But Cake really is a child at first, and then when he grows up he, you know, is jealous basically all the time. So but he's still got his Cake, and like the end of the show, like Cake and Sue, like they were, you know, grown up at the very end, and I really hope they can have another show that's kind of like that, or even a season 2 to that show, because it's amazing. But these are the only roles Santa's had, and, you know, you can really see the difference in the acting he's shown, like, and I just really hope that they can stay together. On this list, they're probably my 2 favourite, like, actual actors. Like, obviously I said that Jimmy was one of my favourites, but I would say that these 2 are actually better than him, like, in my opinion at least. So I really hope these 2 get another really good show. Now, I love these two in Gen Y and Gen Y2, and that's literally the reason I watched this show in the beginning. They're really cute in this, and I actually really loved it. But obviously the other guy was kind of a problem at times, but I still really liked this show. It was really short and really, like, barely anything really happened, but they were adorable and I loved it. I'm sad they're not going to be back together because obviously they separated companies, so they're not going to be in the same yalls anymore. But I did like the guy who plays Mix more than the guy who plays Match. Actor wise, I think Jamie is definitely the better one, so I really hope he gets a lot of opportunities later on. I really hope both of them can, because they're actually both really good, but I just really like Jamie more. But they had some really great comedic scenes together, and I just really wanted to see them more in that kind of style. And obviously they're not going to be together anymore, so it won't really happen. But I did watch Big Dragon only for them, but they were barely there anyway, so I literally stopped watching that show. Anyway, long story short, these two are just adorable, and even though they aren't technically a main couple, they were in this show, and that's why I put them in here. So this is finally the end of the video. I might do a part 2 depending on, who actually watches this, because there might not be very many people, but I'm definitely going to do a side couple one because I've got so many side couples that I absolutely love. Anyway, thank you for watching, if you did. I'm definitely going to need to get a microphone so the audio is better, but I do just talk into my phone right now, but I think me breathing is kind of annoying at times, so I think I'm gonna have to get a microphone. Hopefully I'll be able to get one for episode 3's Enigma reaction, which I'll probably be doing soon. Maybe it'll be up in 2 days depending on copyright, because the second episode reaction I've only just got up today, so we'll see.